Welcome back to Quantreef.com. Sol sitting at 72.72, right on top of a heavy liquidity wall, and that makes this a genuinely interesting spot to break down. We'll walk through liquidity, support and resistance, VWAP, Fibonacci, fair value gaps, positioning, and where price likely goes over the next several hours. Let's get into it. Price is 72.72, sitting just under session VWAP at 73.58 and under the anchored VWAP cluster near 73.80. Those two anchors are basically printing the same number, so treat it as one value zone. Trading below both means sellers are still holding the value area, even though the trend layer itself actually reads constructive. Momentum here is mixed rather than clean bearish control. The nearest liquidation pool is just below, at 72.45, and it's the bigger of the two walls by notional. That's why the 24-hour reach odds on it sit at 90%. The upside pool at 75.012 is smaller in probability terms, only 7% reach odds, even though its notional is larger. Price tends to get pulled toward the pool with the higher probability of being run first, and right now that's the level just underneath us. On screen, resistance above is the 1-hour swing high at 73.65, then the stop-loss cluster at 74.40. Support below stacks at target 1, 72.31, then target 2 at 70.53, then target 3 near 69.062. Given the downside pool sits right at 72.45, that support side looks more likely to get tested first, and a clean break of 73.65 would be what flips this red. Above price, the daily chart's got two unfilled bear fair value gaps, one between 78.83 and 80.5, another way up near 87 to 88.55, both distant magnets for now. Below, there's a bull gap between 69.66 and 70.25 that's already mostly filled. On the fib side, price sits below the 0.786 retracement at 73.54, with extension stacked at 75.25 and up. The nearby fib level and the fair value gap below are both in play, but given how close it sits, that 72.45 liquidity pool is what price reacts to first. The grade card reads watch, N at 82, HTS not printing this cycle. Trend and structure at 79 and institutional positioning at 72 are carrying the score, while statistical volatility at 26 and order flow at 42 are dragging it down. Retail long sit at 72.7%. Top accounts even more crowded at 76% long, yet the 4-hour taker flow is actually 51.6% short, so recent aggressive flow is leaning against the crowd. The higher probability path is a sweep into that 72.45 wall first, given its 90% reach odds. If sellers push through, next stops are target 1 at 72.31 and target 2 near 70.53. If buyers defend it instead, expect a bounce back towards 73.65 and the VWAP zone. With retail and top accounts both leaning long here, a break below 72.45 could trigger real long liquidations. That's where a downside squeeze comes from. Remember, SOL largely takes direction from Bitcoin, so check Bitcoin's own liquidity picture before leaning either way. Bullish case confirms above 73.65, invalidated back under 72.45. Bearish case confirms on a clean break of 72.45 towards 70.53, invalidated on reclaim of 73.65. So we're sitting right at a decision point, and whichever side takes that 72.45 pool first probably sets the next few hours of direction. If this kind of breakdown helps, drop a like and subscribe. Quantreef.com runs this same 9-layer grade, probability, and liquidity read across over 100 coins, and there's a 7-day trial if you want to dig deeper. All of this is for educational purposes only, not financial advice.